week out from the marathon that's going on January 30th. My sub 3-hour marathon attempt. About 1 week out. And today I'm going to show you a full day of eating everything that I'm consuming and really staying on top of nutrition, hydration, that being water consumption and electrolyte consumption. But right now, sipping on some coffee. It is currently like 5:15 a.m. and I'm outside because I don't want to wake up Steph, and my dad is currently living with us right now, so I don't want to wake them up. I'm out on our front porch, so I just made some coffee. I'm going to sip on this, and then I'll show you the next steps to the morning. But I want to be running by 6 a.m. every morning. This morning I have 7 miles, 7 easy miles. We're in the taper right now. Volume is low, intensity is low. I don't say low, but lower. Volume and intensity is lower than it has been because we are in the taper and preparing for this big race. But good morning, and let's kick it off. So first thing I'm consuming this morning that consists of calories is G1M Sport. So 2 scoops of G1M Sport is going to provide me 40 grams of carbs from cluster dextrin. So it's going to be very fast, gastric emptying, leave the stomach very quickly, enter the intestines, and you can use it for fuel. And then 700 milligrams of sodium in 2 scoops because there's 350 milligrams of sodium per scoop. I'm trying to get on top of my carbohydrate intake already for the day. I don't want to train fasted, and I want to start fueling with some electrolytes. So getting G1M Sport in before every run is essential for me. 2 scoops already down. And then the second thing I want to talk about is these are a brand new pair of Nike Vaporfly Next Percents. My previous pair that I had, I probably put 100 miles on them just with some training runs. Didn't plan on it, but I ended up picking up a new pair just before this race coming up. So in the next couple runs, I'll break them in. I'll probably get like 20 total miles tops on these things before going to the race. The Nike Vaporfly Next Percents don't have a huge lifetime. I've heard they have only topped down at like 120, 150 miles. So I'll have a brand new pair for this race coming up. So that's what I'm wearing today to break them in. This will be the first training run in them. So here we go, 7 miles. Seven miles, 8:04 minute per mile pace. Average heart rate was 140 based off the Garmin chest heart rate monitor. And I have an idea now what I want to do to these new Vaporflies. So let me show you. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe it into existence. So we got 1/30, 2021 on the left shoe, and the right shoe, 2, and we're going to fill this in after the race. 2 something. There we go. January 30th, 2 something. As they say, the hay is in the barn. The training is done. Now we taper, we rest up, and then we race. January 30th, 2021. 2 something. So first thing after my run every morning. 1 scoop of strong reds mixed with 1 scoop of strong greens right in there. And then 1 serving, which is 4 capsules of strong multivitamin, 1 capsule, which is 1 serving of strong joints. So I got 5 capsules there. Morning strong stack every single morning. Now here is the Nick Bare famous protein waffle recipe. So 1 serving of Kodiak Cakes Power Cakes mix, 1.5 scoops of blueberry muffin whey protein. Vanilla works very well as well, but I like using blueberry muffin. About a half cup of milk, 1 serving, which is 15 grams of chia seeds, 1 egg, about a teaspoon of vanilla extract, teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and I almost always forget this, but this is one of the most important pieces, a mashed up banana, and I'm going to top it with blueberries and sugar-free syrup. So let's make the waffle. Now this is one of those meals that never, ever gets old. So we'll get the first bite right here. We're gonna dive right on in. They're not dry. They're perfectly cooked, perfectly prepared. Blueberries, protein waffles, sugar-free syrup. Oh yeah. Yeah. So today I have 3 training sessions. The first was that 7-mile run this morning. The second is just an easy spin for like 45 minutes on the bike during lunch or after lunch. And then after work, I have a key bike workout, or not bike workout, a key swim, which you can put a lot of effort into a swim and it's not super taxing on your muscles, your body. So we can still incorporate some key swims right now and it won't affect the run. But one of the things that popped into my mind this morning that I want to talk about in regards to nutrition, as I was making breakfast, and I was thinking, there's a lot of people that ask questions about intermittent fasting. I kind of do the opposite of intermittent fasting in the morning. The only time I'm fasting is when I'm sleeping. But I like using the morning to get as many nutrient-dense food items or supplements into my body to kick off the morning. And then throughout the day, just makes me feel the best, makes me feel great. My morning starts well. So I don't fast, and especially around training, I want to get nutrition in. And then that thought process drove me into another train of thought, and that was in regards to me tracking nutrition. I track calories and macronutrients right now just to make sure I'm eating enough to fuel and recover during all of my training. And I'm not tracking just to hit certain numbers. Like I have ballpark ranges that I'm falling in between, but I'm really focused on the quality of the nutrition that I'm consuming. And the reason being is I don't want to fuel with crap, for one. I want nutrient-dense food items, high-quality proteins, fats, and carbs that come along with vitamins and minerals. But at the same time, my diet stays very consistent, and a lot of things that I eat are the same. The reason is that I know at this point what works for me, what digests well, what makes me feel good, what I can train well on. But you can use process of elimination to identify variables that work and don't work for you. Diet is one of those things that you can control. There's things in life, and especially with fitness and training, that you can control, and then there's things that are out of your control. Diet is one of those things that you can control, so why not maximize the things that are in your control? So after getting to work today, had a bunch of meetings. Meetings are done for the first half of the morning. Right now it is 10:30 a.m., which is typically when I eat my second meal. So I'm drinking a nice little LaCroix here. Preston likes to call La Crotch. I don't know why. 0 calorie, just sparkling water. And then my favorite meal to consume. I'm going to eat this for this meal and the next meal. This is 7 ounces of ground beef. It is 96.4 ground beef, seasoned, it's prepped, and then it is a cup and a third. It's 260 grams of jasmine rice, and I add a bunch of sea salt. I salt every meal, just because I'm a heavy sweater and I'm a very salty sweater, so I need to replenish with either G1M Sport, an electrolyte supplement, or just adding salt, sodium to my diet, and then some sugar-free ketchup. So this is meal number 2, and honestly, I never get sick of this meal. I could eat this meal every day of my life for every single meal. It's just a good move. So, first bite, never gets old. Right now, I am prepping for, it's probably like 45 minutes after I ate lunch. So I'm gonna mix up a scoop of Intraflate, and this is what I'm gonna sip on while I'm on the bike. The bike is only 45 minutes. It's just to keep my legs fresh and spin it out. I have found a massive difference in training when I add in these like spin out rides. So cadence will stay high, power and wattage will stay lower, but my legs will feel more fresh after this ride than they did going into it. So mix this up, go set up Zwift, and then get to it. So right now, between running a business, training for an Ironman, training for a marathon, being freshly married, my day it's booked from the time I wake up at 5 a.m. until the time I go to sleep, which is around, I shoot for 10 p.m. Booked every single minute. To me, minutes matter, which is another reason that I eat the same meals. It eliminates a variable, but it also eliminates the thought process of having to find something to cook. You know, I can prep all these same meals and have these options readily available, and I know they fit into my diet. I don't want to wake up and have to think, what am I eating today? I want to wake up and know what I'm eating going into that day. So nutrition isn't taking up all of my thought power, right? Like nutrition there should be a major and massive importance on it, but it shouldn't require this huge bandwidth just to get it done on a regular basis and be consistent with it. I know it works, I know it fits, and I don't want to spend too much time thinking about what's the next meal, because minutes matter. Meal number 3, right off the bike, we have another 7 ounces of ground 96.4 beef with 260 grams of jasmine rice, which ends up being like a cup and a third. And then I'm gonna add more salt to this meal. Like I said, salt everything. Wham bam, just like that. Some more sugar-free, no sugar added ketchup. So we're gonna beautify this meal right here. Big ketchup fans here. I think in the warehouse fridge right now, there's probably, I'm not even gonna lie, 6 bottles of ketchup. And then we have a Dave's Killer Bread bagel with 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. And you already know, it's super chunk peanut butter. None of that creamy stuff. No one likes the creamy stuff. This is the super, Yoli likes the creamy stuff. I wanna say I'm surprised, but I'm not. I'm really not. So, super chunk right here. This meal right here will hold me over until after my swim. So we're gonna work. Swim is like 4:15 p.m. We can't film the swim anymore because someone at the pool that we were filming at, Lifetime, complained about being in a video, so we lost our filming privileges at Lifetime. But I will be swimming at 4:15, and then the next meal after that will be dinner, the last meal of the night. Probably. So leaving the office for the day. Lots of new things we're working on right now. Very exciting things, but from new athletes, new employees, the new gym we're building out, new product labels, new products, website changes. We're rebuilding our mobile app. There's a lot of things we're working on right now, and it's fun and exciting, and the team is working their ass off. The team is working so hard. I'm so proud of this team. My brain and mind are always like just thinking, especially during this taper right now. My energy during this taper is a lot higher than normal. I feel like my brain activity is higher than normal. Just so many exciting things going on right now. So I'm home, I'm about to make dinner. We're doing chicken thighs tonight, some bread, and arugula salad, and then some potatoes that I'm gonna bake in the oven. So I'm gonna show you how I make these potatoes. These are just red potatoes that are diced up, just like so. What we're gonna do first is some olive oil. We always just put our olive oil in these containers right here. I'm gonna throw some olive oil on there. And we're gonna toss this around a little bit. I need some sort of like this thing. We will mix this, and then we're gonna go to the seasonings. For the seasonings, there's not really any rhyme or reason. I just grab a bunch, and these are my go-tos. So we're gonna do some garlic salt. Some garlic salt in there, and we mix it up, it'll get everywhere. We're gonna do some onion powder, and Steph has nicely organized all of our spices. Gonna put some paprika in here. It's never the same. It's always a different combination of spices, and tonight this is kind of what I grabbed. And for me, this is where the money really happens. We're gonna do a little bit of thyme. I love thyme and rosemary. Thyme and rosemary on chicken or potatoes or anything really is my favorite. Just the smell of rosemary. I could use a rosemary cologne and I'd be in love. Alright, so we're gonna mix this up, get everything nice and coated, and then we're gonna throw this on a pan and bake these the oven's at 400 right now. We're gonna bake this at 400 for, I'd say, 40 minutes until the center's cooked and soft, but the outside's a little crispy. So, take this pan, throw it on there, do this, and throw it in. we wait. And the last meal of the day or night, we have 7 ounces of grilled chicken thighs, 14 ounces of the red potatoes that are in the oven. We have some sourdough bread here from H-E-B, and then a mixture of blackberries and raspberries, and an arugula salad with some Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, and Bolthouse ranch dressing. So this is what I'm eating. Now we're going to see what my dad and Steph are eating. All right, tell me what we got going on here.
Some pepperoni pizza. I'm not sure who the vendor is, but it's delicious.
It is DiGiorno.
Oh, okay. A very deep dish, very good.
Steph?
Brown sugar and pecan crusted salmon, bread, salad. Healthy.
There we go.
Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa.
So I was currently in the process of getting everything packed up for tomorrow morning, because tomorrow morning I'm heading downtown to run with the crew that I'm running the marathon with January 30th to do some tempo work, light tempo work, nothing too crazy. But I was packing up my stuff for the morning, and I figured I would show you, because there is a lot of preparation that goes into the day and the night prior in terms of just packing clothing, whether I'm running, cycling, or swimming, and then packing nutrition and food. Let me just show you what I've packed for tomorrow morning and for lunches and meals. Now, I'm a big fan of the saying, if you fail to plan, you should plan to fail. So I like laying things out the night prior for the next morning. So I have G1M Sport sitting out for tomorrow morning, the 2 bottles. One of these bottles I will consume on the way to the run, which will have 2 scoops of G1M Sport, and then this bottle is for during the workout. It'll be another 2 scoops of G1M Sport. I'll make a bagel or an English muffin before leaving in the morning. And then for after the run, I have, there's just water in here, but this is to mix up protein. I have the protein in the baggie here. This is blueberry muffin, a banana, and then another English muffin with 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. And this is meal 2 and 3. So I have ground beef and rice prepped. And then this is everything I need to change tomorrow morning, just so I don't forget anything. My clothes, towel, bike stuff for tomorrow, and then my shoes. These have been my go-to, actually, just like daily wears. These are the Hoka Rocket X. I love these, by the way. But remember, if you fail to plan, plan to fail. What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to be walking you through my personal home gym. Soon be a Speedo.